A lot of crazy shit coming from that Magi greatness. So this is going to be like a catch-up video talking about the past 3 chapters or so that I've missed out on. First of all, again, insanity. I mean, from the king of the Kina kingdom fucking shooting a damn spear straight through Kouen and another dude's head. Just Sinbad strategically yet again playing the game, looking like the good guy, but ultimately he's fucking destroying everyone on the sideline. Like, a lot of fucking good shit with Magi. Like, when I read these chapters, I was like, this is awesome. Now, I think there's going to be some sort of internal conflict later on down the road as far as within the Seven Seas Alliance, because if you look at the king of the Kina Kingdom, he's ultimately like, I want to lead, and he kind of has like this cockiness to him. I think eventually it's going to clash where it's like, Sinbad, who the fuck are you? I'm leading this shit. So the king of the Kina Kingdom is going to be a problem within the Seven Seas Alliance. I mean, it's been built up right there, the lines that he's saying and how he's just like straight up going after one of the lead generals of the army, Kouen, and stuff like that. He wants to be recognized. He wants to be big dog in charge, and Sinbad ain't gonna have that. So it's gonna be something interesting. I will honestly say the biggest shocker I got from these chapters, that I still don't see how it went this way. I honestly thought we would definitely get a big battle with Kouen and the Kouen Empire versus Sinbad and the Seven Seas Alliance. Seeing Kouen kind of basically give in and surrender and be captured on some like Rukia Soul Society arc shit, I didn't know how to feel when I first read it. When I first read that particular part of these chapters or whatever, I was like, I don't know whether I should feel that he's a coward or he's doing the right thing, or it's just that he's so caring for his people that he would put himself in this position. But ultimately, I was just like, it's hard to assess what Kouen is trying to accomplish with this. I think to a certain degree, he's trying to be a martyr. He's trying to be a martyr so ultimately he can protect everyone else. But it just came across as like, fuck, Shinobu! We wanted to see that Sinbad versus Kouen, and I don't know. I don't see it's gonna happen unless he gets broken out of custody or something. Kowen's a dead man walking. And finding out a little bit more about him, understanding more about Kowen's character, I think this is the biggest reveals we've got about who he is and his ultimate motive, because we heard where he's trying to unite the world and, you know, stop all this shit, but to see that in reality he had a lot of the same goals as Hakuryu. He was just going about it in a more discreet way. Hakuryu, he hit it to a certain extent, but ultimately he was telling mad motherfuckers, yo, I want to kill my mom, I want to cut that bitch up, and, you know, he just went about it in a crazy, radical way. Kouen was trying to do it more discreet, more strategic, and even if it had to be slower paced so he could get what he want, he ultimately wanted to get revenge against Gyokuen. And seeing the fucked up shit that he's seen, like, these chapters definitely were Kouen's chapters. And whether they're good or bad as far as Kouen's character goes, because some people are going to look at him like, yo, dog, you a bitch, you gave up, you surrendered, you're terrible, fuck you. Ultimately, it's the best thing that we got to find out, that he was just like Hakuryu. He wanted to fucking kill this bitch too. He wanted to get revenge for everything that she did. But to see at the same time, which, again, I to this day still think Arba definitely is around there. Arba ain't dead. Even though fucking Hakuryu cut the bitch's head off, took all her magic and everything, she's gonna be around there, because she said it in the Alma Tehran arc, I think, or a little bit after the Alma Tehran arc, that she's basically nothing more than an essence inside of a vessel, something along the lines of that. I think Arba's still around. And the fact that Kouen himself was scared of her, why he never took the throne, because one, he never wanted to be king, which is probably why he had no problem with his people, like, you know, Koha and Koumei and all of them getting these, you know, Jin, because he's like, I never wanted to be king to begin with. He didn't really want that. And at the same time, he's scared of Gyokuen. And when he broke it down, you got to think to yourself, that's probably a huge hint that Arba really is around. If this bitch been around for thousands of years, she knows every magic out there. She knows that there's a possibility that the magic could be sealed away, and yet she still let it happen. It's because she probably had nothing to worry about, because she could keep coming back, and maybe the people a part of Altharman were still in control in a way, or still letting her be around there. Like, there's something there, and Arba's going to come back. And just a lot of the talk about Arba at the same time, I don't think it was a conclusion. I think it was more so a prelude to her return. And in the latest chapter, chapter 279, I believe, it again was like, what the fuck? When you see Kouen on his fucking knees, basically, to Hakuryu and saying, I feel so pathetic, you know, I lost to you, and just kind of saying, please protect my family and everything. Like, you see the split in Hakuryu's character, because Hakuryu, he still is already that he fell into depravity. He's not completely into depravity yet, but he ultimately, that's what's controlling him, why he wants this ultimate revenge, and it's pissing him off because there's a mixture of Hakuryu's character. You can see one part of it is that there's the good kid that he used to be. Another part of it is like, I want to see you squirm, motherfucker. I want to see you beg for your life. And Kouen is just like, yo, I'm fine with dying. Just can you protect the kingdom? You know, I'm glad you got your revenge and stuff like that. And it's like, that's not what Hakuryu wanted. So you're seeing him struggle as well, getting more into who he is right now. Because at this point, it's very vague. Because on one half, it's like Hakuryu was, you know, him and Judar were just straight up murderers. They didn't give a fuck. And then he got with this 7 Seas Alliance and Sinbad. But he ultimately was using them to get his goal. So very curious as to where Hakuryu is at right now. But once you see at the end of the chapter that he'll give Koha exile, he'll give Koumei exile, but Kouen is getting decapitated. Like, Hakuryu, you cold motherfucker. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit on the point of like, god damn, bro, like, you could chill a little bit now. But at the same time, some of the most stern rulers, if they want to keep what they want and, you know, ultimately accomplish their goals, they gotta be like that. So I can't fault the man. I'm still like, Hakuryu, you rose from the ashes of crustiness, and you a beast now. And I think a big part of Hakuryu's still decent side that is somewhere in there, when he said, I can't see him like this, it hurts him to see his big brother basically on his fucking knees begging at him and stuff like that. You can see that is hurting him as well. And the big scene when Aladdin showed up and kind of like was like, you know, I'll be by your side and you don't have Jadal anymore and this and that. That was showing that at the end of the day, Hakuryu still has all the selfish desires, and Aladdin's big goal of eventually getting rid of the Black Rook is still a huge obstacle, because with everything right there that Aladdin is offering him, you know, I'll be by your side, I lost Alibaba, you lost Judar, please don't kill Kouen, and Hakuryu's still like, fuck you, I don't care. That shows that Aladdin's goal and his obstacle is still right in front of him about getting rid of the Black Rook. Because granted, he did say he doesn't necessarily know if falling into depravity is a bad thing, but once he sees Hakuryu go through with this, and if Kouen does get killed or whatever, he's going to realize, no, regardless of what people do fucked up shit when they've fallen into depravity, I need to get rid of this. So this is going to really set focus Aladdin with the whole getting rid of the Black Rook and getting rid of falling into depravity in general. Some crazy chapters. Shinobu threw us for a twist. I did not see Kouen giving up and surrendering and, you know, being tied up and shit like that. Never thought it was going to go down this way. I thought we were going to have a massive Kouen versus Sinbad, but in reality, I think Sinbad and his crew would have smashed the Co-Empire one way or another. So, yeah, and at the same time, it also makes Sinbad still look justified and just and the hero and everything, even though he's, like, controlling Kogyoku from the sidelines and stuff like that. Is like, Sinbad, you sneak. And honestly, these chapters were fucking brilliant. They were fucking awesome. It took us for a twist. I feel a little certain way towards Kouen, like, fuck, why did you give up like that so easily? But at the same time, I get where he's coming from. He's trying to be a martyr to save everyone, because his death will allow Koumei and Koha to still live and the Co-Empire to continue going and stuff like that. So it's like a mixed feeling there. And again, just crazy fucking chapters, honestly. Magi greatness. Like, I'd say they're great chapters. 9 out of 10. Room me for a twist, but it's not a bad twist. Let me know what you think. How do you feel about Kouen giving up like that? Do you feel as though he's a coward? He's a martyr? He needed to do this? Do you think that it's going to happen? He's going to get decapitated? And do you think that Hakuryu at this point is ever going to change back to who he used to be, or he's really going to die like an asshole? And is Gyokuen still alive? I mean, do you think the fucking crazy nut job from Almataran is still lurking around there, ready to return and fuck everyone up? Your overall thoughts of the chapters. I mean, Magi greatness. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.